Out in Florida, it is a big trial that now entering the penalty phase. Nikolas Cruz, who was found guilty of killing 17 people at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School back in 2018. Now the penalty phase has started up, and there's a lot to talk about today. So let's go right outside of the courthouse. There we find Fox's Phil Keating with the very latest. Phil, how you doing?
Not too bad. A very dramatic and emotional and gut-wrenching afternoon of testimony here on day one of the penalty phase for the jury, made up of 7 men and 5 women. One of two choices, one of two outcomes: either life in prison without parole for Cruz, or the death penalty by state execution. This is expected to last up to 4 months, this penalty phase, with a lot of testimony, and the emotional testimony began this afternoon. Witness number one, a former teacher who played a cell phone video she took, only heard by the media in the gallery, but it was only seen by the jury. That is part of the court limitations to keep super graphic video from being disseminated to the public in this very, very disturbing story dating back 4 years, 5 months ago to Valentine's Day 2018. The second and third witnesses were both former students who were juniors at the time, and in their classrooms, fellow classmates did get shot. Some of them did die, and they played the cell phone videos they took, and it was nothing like any other cell phone video they had ever taken. It was just boom, 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 boom. Gunshots after gunshots after gunshots, the fire alarm going off in the school, in the freshman building, and you could hear the screams of shot students screaming, help me, somebody help me. A lot of people in the audience, parents of those who lost their children, and others were hanging their heads, wiping away tears. Several people walked out. One person even shouted, turn it off, and that is part of the mistrial motion that the defense attorneys just submitted to the judge in open court about 10 minutes ago. It didn't seem like the judge was going along with it, but the defense was claiming that Nikolas Cruz's constitutional right to due process was being violated by all of this. But it was definitely some very disturbing testimony and evidence so far. And this is just day one.
Yeah, very dramatic day one at that. And Phil, I think it's very interesting, too, that when it's all said and done in this 4-month plus trial, that the jury will be able to recommend what they feel, but it will ultimately come down to the judge to grant that final decision.
Well, it's going to be up to the jury, and that's part of the reason the prosecution decided to go ahead and move forward with this penalty phase. The defense, for more than 4 years, has offered up. Nikolas Cruz admitted since day one that he did all this. We will plead guilty to 17 counts of first-degree murder and 17 counts of attempted murder. We'll do all of that and avoid the trial, just avoid the penalty phase so he can just accept living the rest of his life in prison behind bars, take the death penalty off the table. Prosecutors did not want to go with that. Several of the parents did not want to go with that. They want a jury to decide what is the outcome for the rest of the life of Nikolas Cruz, who is now 23 years old. The defense decided to waive its opening statement for later, after the prosecution rests its case. And Nikolas Cruz was 19 at the time. He was a former student at Marjory Stoneman Douglas in Parkland, Florida. Clearly had mental issues. His mother had drug and alcohol issues. They're still studying whether Cruz actually suffered from fetal alcohol syndrome. And then he had a life living with adopted foster parents until his dad died when he was 5, his stepdad, and or foster father, and his foster mother died 5 months before the shooting. So clearly he was a distraught kid who was bullied as well in school, and that's going to be the defense's main thrust here, why he should be spared the death penalty. In the state of Florida, for the death penalty, it takes a unanimous verdict. That's all 12 people. If one person does not agree with going with death, then he doesn't get death. It's got to be unanimous, and that's the way it goes here in the state of Florida.
All right, and we will see how it all shakes out there come time in about 4 months there. Fox's Phil Keating, we appreciate the latest updates and a dramatic day one here for Nikolas Cruz and the family members of those victims. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
And we